Hello and welcome to the Bay Free Revolution podcast. We are here to talk about Indian football for the first time, and no better way to start with the rivalry, which is perhaps the biggest rivalry in the world: East Bengal versus Mohan Bagan. It's ATK Mohan Bagan, but it's Mohan Bagan only. so East. So let's start, guys.
I,
How?
this is
What's your take on that?
finally we're doing an Indian football episode. So
Hmm.
we've been promising everyone that we're going to do something soon, and we haven't had the chance to do so. But we're doing an Indian football episode, and what better way to start? Like Tivu said, the greatest rivalry in the world, and like I'm very lucky to come from Kolkata, where I've witnessed the rivalry myself. Um, and it is unlike anything else. Like it's not a footballing rivalry; it's a matter of life and more. Um, like there have been clashes. There have been crowds up to 200,000, like 2 lakh people in a stadium. Can you imagine? 1 lakh Mohun Bagan, 1 lakh East Bengal. Where in the world? Like people, where in the world? Like people talk about these, United, Liverpool, Barca, Real Madrid. They haven't seen the Kolkata derby. They haven't seen it. It's animosity at its greatest, and it has defined a city like no other rivalry has. And it's unfortunate that they've had to change names and they've had to become commercial for them to stay alive. But like thankfully they've done that, because now we'll get to see a more professional East Bengal and Mohun Bagan rivalry. But like Tivu said, best in the world.
and
Look,
and
it's called the Boro match,
The
JT.
Boro match. Boro matlab
The
bada.
Boro
Boro
match.
match.
and the coaches, I think they'll be thanking the stars that they don't have to play in front of the fans for the first derby that they're in. Because imagine playing with 2 lakh fans around you, the pressure that you would be under to win.
Exactly. Think of Robbie Fowler. Like
Exactly.
even
And
after
that's his first match in the in ISL, and that is against Mohan Bagan.
and
Imagine.
and playing in front of the cop, being a cop hero, to come to India and playing in front of that would have been really cool. Because I think the historical traditional Mohun Bagan East Bengal supporters are almost as passionate as the Liverpool fans, or the historical Liverpool fans are. So it would have been really interesting to see as to how that would pan out. Nonetheless, we still have a derby on our hands.
So let's discuss about the actual match. Like Antonio Habas is playing his fifth season, the coach of ATK Mohan Bagan, and then there is Robbie Fowler, who is going to play his first match in ISL.
And
And ATK are supposedly a very, very strong, solid defense, have a very solid defense. And Robbie Fowler's Brisbane Heat were also very, very solid in defense.
mm,
So how's the match going to happen?
I, it's interesting to talk about Habas, because I used to work with the ISL in the first season, and I had a bit of a fight with Antonio Habas. Um, so I went to a press conference, and he was there in a press conference, and like they were asking the media to ask questions. I wasn't media, but I thought like this is my one chance of fame. Let me ask a question. I've always wanted to be a sports journalist. So I asked Habas, and I was also the statistician, so I knew all the stats. And so I asked Habas, your ATK team are the most violent team on the pitch. They've got the most red cards. They've got the most yellow cards. Are you the one who are telling them to play that way? And he doesn't understand English much, so he asked his translator. So there was 2 minutes where the translator was explaining what I was telling, and his expression was changing as he was hearing that. He's like, first he was like, mm, mm, and he literally, like, he was moving his hands like this, and I got so scared, like what is going to happen, and they walked off. And what a moment! Like that was, like, I look back to that moment, and I feel so tense. But it's going to be a great game. I think Habas, most successful manager in the ISL, hands down. Like you said, Tivu, very very strong defense. I think they've got TD, and TD is someone who's played with Habas before. Experienced ISL defender. I think they've got Pritam Kotal as well.
Pritam Kota,
and
yeah,
and Sandesh
and
Jingan.
Oh
and
wow!
Jingan.
So very
So they
very
have a
experienced,
very solid defense, yeah.
very very experienced.
And eh, up top they also have a very successful combination of David Williams and Roy Krishna. So they've combined really well. I think Roy Krishna last season he scored about 15 goals,
Yeah.
and the pair of them scored about 22 goals last season. So they contributed around 50, 59, 60% of the goals that ATK scored last season.
Yeah, that is
So they, so
And
exactly.
and Roy Krishna has already scored 1 goal.
Mm,
He is going to be in the history of Mohan Bagan now, like the
yeah.
first person to score a goal in the
Yeah.
ISL for Mohan Bagan.
Like there was this guy called Fikru. Fikru is still
Hmm.
remembered. He was the guy who scored the first goal in ISL history. So Fikru is still remembered in Calcutta. So
Hmm.
Roy Krishna is Bengali. He lived in New
Hmm.
Zealand for a while, and so it's almost like Garvapsi. But but yeah, I think Mohan Bagan are quite solid. It's just the name that's changed. They have ISL pedigree, and with
Hmm.
Jhingan, Tiri, and Kotal, and I think they've got Susai Raj and Prabir Das. They play a three
So
at the back.
Sairaj got injured.
He got
He got
injured.
injured. Okay, and if you look at their record in the last 21 matches,
Yeah.
it's like fairly even. Bagan has won 7 times, East Bengal has won 6 times, and seven, six, nine, 7 draws, and the last one was cancelled because of the COVID situation.
Pretty even.
So pretty even.
And just
What do you think of the East Bengal team, JT?
East Bengal right now they are a unknown entity, right? Because they haven't really played any matches, so you don't have a reference to go back to, and that could very well work as an advantage for Robbie Fowler. But since he's not had a lot of time to work with his players and get to know how ISL works or how other teams play, so that might be a little difficult, but again, it'll be a very interesting match. And because there is no crowd, I think it'll definitely help him settle.
exactly. And he likes possession football, right? Even in Australia, he used to play possession football, and Mohan Bagan had a counter-attacking side. So
Hmm.
actually, it's a really, really nice derby because they're clashing playing styles. So it might end up being East Bengal having a lot of the possession, but Mohan Bagan actually winning the match on a counter, like they did against Kerala Blasters. They had only 35%
Hmm.
possession, but like they looked the better side. Um, I think what Robbie Fowler has done interestingly is like he's gotten players who have recently played in the championship in England. He's gotten Pilkington, he's gotten Danny Fox, and then he's got Aaron as well, who's young Welsh, played in the A League back in Australia. So he's got a bunch of uh, players that he has worked with and has seen closely, and so they might be the difference. But I think historically, I can't remember any English players shining in the ISL. Jan Hume was Canadian, so it'll be difficult for English players to settle into the Indian humidity. I think the weather plays a big part. That's why you see the Brazilians do really well. For them, it's not that big a difference. I think the weather plays a very, very big part. When I was part of the ISL, I think the fitness coaches used to tell me that it's the weather. So, Tivu, just remind me as to East Bengal have a very good Indian contingent, right? Not good, but very experienced.
Very experienced,
Hmm.
like very, very experienced. They have JJ back
Ooh,
after the Mizo
the
sniper.
Mizo
Right?
sniper, yes.
So after a year of absence, so he might start. And what else? Like they have the average age of the team is highest for East Bengal. It's 27 years, and Mohan Bagan is in the middle. So Robbie Fowler has gone with the experienced Indian side, but the foreign contingent of them have played ISL.
Exactly. So they've got JJ,
So
they've got Balwant, they've got CK Vineet. So
mm,
that's a really experienced ISL frontline. Really experienced. But Jerry, what do you think? Like, do you think these things matter at all when it's the first match for a particular team? Do you think the strength of the team matters at all?
I really don't think it'll matter. In the very first match, I don't think it'll matter because no matter what team you have in the first match, it's just about who plays well in that particular match because
Exactly.
they really don't have the match fitness or the match experience, right?
Mm,
They've just practiced, they've been training maybe a month, maybe a couple of months, but under the new coach, they really haven't had a lot of time.
mm,
Plus, the other teams have already played at least a match, and this will be the second match for ATK or Mohan Bagan.
Yeah.
So I think Mohan Bagan will have a slight edge over East Bengal.
Interesting. And you having watched the ISL for so long, do you think the ISL is very like match specific? Like there are no favorites going into any game, and it can turn out to be anything, and it's very unpredictable because of
Like
the way.
most of the matches are like that. But then you had like Sergio Lovera's FC Goa. So they used to be like favorite every match. They used like because of the goal scoring Farhan Koronimas and these all the players. And then there is Bengaluru FC because of Sunil Chhetri. These two teams are always favorite in a match.
And the rest
are just like you don't know what's going to happen.
What's going to happen? Does that add? Is it because the teams change so much, season after season? Like it almost changes, right? The whole team structure changes, and new coaches come in, and is that why it becomes so? I think Bengaluru have done a good job in holding fort, right? And even Goa.
And even like the coaches. So see, like Lovera, yesterday only he was coaching Mumbai City against FC Goa.
So they keep
changing also. So like Owen Coel, who took Chennai into the final, he's now at Jamshedpur. Stuff like that. So even the coaches are shuffling and the team is shuffling. So
interesting.
It will take time.
Yeah.
But tomorrow's match is going to be huge. I think Hotstar is going to break all-time record
of viewership.
Of viewership. I think more than 1 million will surely watch the match.
Wow. I hope that happens. Like this is, I mean in Calcutta, like the whole of Calcutta, if the whole of Calcutta watches, that itself is 10 million people. But I think, it's just so sad that it's not happening at the Salt Lake Stadium. Like it really pains me. Like just imagine, right? It would have taken ISL to another level. Like they talk about Kerala Blasters and 60,000 people. They haven't seen what a Mohan Bagan East Bengal rivalry is. Like I'm just sad about that, but excited about without fans. I hope there'll be that animosity. And again, like TV, you said that the teams keep changing, and so the animosity is not there between the players, right? That sense of rivalry. I hope they have that, like when they go out on the field. I just remember Baichu, Chima Okeri, Ede Chidi, Alvito Di Cunha, so many players, like just flashbacks, and such an animosity, like such a crazy competitive rivalry, and hope that spirit stays tomorrow.
Okay. And before that, like, I just want to know, like in your home, who is actually East Bengal fan, who is actually a Mohan Bagan fan? I'm yet not sure. Like uncle.
My father. So we are basically from Bangladesh. So we are Bangals. So my father is a diehard East Bengal fan. Diehard.
Okay.
My family is diehard East Bengal. But my mother is a diehard Mohan Bagan fan. So growing up, I have been a child of conflict because I have celebrated East Bengal wins, and I've seen my mother cry when Mohan Bagan has lost. And like when Mohan Bagan's won, I've seen the whole family cry, but my mother being super happy. So I'm a child of conflict. And there's been stories about when my mother went to watch a match and they didn't know she was a Mohan Bagan fan. So they all went to the East Bengal stand. And then Mohan Bagan scored. And one person in that entire crowd of 50,000 people celebrating was my mom. And so, I've heard crazy things, but that's the beauty of it, right? Like just in the same family, we've got such varying footballing loyalties, but Indian football needs that, right? Like it really needs that sense of loyalty, that sense of passion, that sense of belonging. I think Bengaluru has done a good job. Any other club that you see, Tivu, who are doing a good job in getting loyal fans?
Goa, Kerala is there. Manjapada group.
Oh,
60,000 every match. 60,000 every match.
The yellow wall.
And they asked to vote for the man of the month, player of the month. It's always Kerala. Even if he has scored 0 goals, player of the month.
So they've rigged the popularity contests.
Yeah. There is no way anyone else is going to win.
That is brilliant. And how is how are so these have traditionally been football hotbeds. So Goa has been a football hotbed. Kerala has been a football hotbed. How has some of the newer teams like Chennai FC, how are they picking up, and maybe Jamshedpur?
Jamshedpur are like they are professionals, so
Okay.
they will pick up. And Chennai and again, like they are also doing well. Delhi had a very very bad experience,
Exactly.
so they changed their base to Odisha now. So now the Odisha FC team.
So
So I
Delhi
think
is
they will.
same owners.
So now I think they will also do well in few years because the fans will come up.
Orissa also
I
is a
The problem with Delhi is, be it any sport, nobody's going to
no.
come.
Apologies to our fans in Delhi, but I remember like first season I worked with ISL and we used to go to the Delhi stadium and the discussion used to be how do we cover the seats so that it doesn't look bad on TV? Like it's just such a weird conversation to have.
You only gave us the tickets, na? Remember, you gave us the
Yeah.
tickets.
I so strange.
And we went there, the whole stadium was empty, and we were sitting like
And they
we
were
were
literally
sitting
next to it.
anywhere.
And I mean, we've got 3 minutes left, but this is super interesting. I think we should do another, like with Tivu's expertise of working with ISL for 4 years. I think there's a lot more interesting content to come up. And Tivu, just what do you see next for the ISL? Like, how is it going to become like the Premier League? Do you think it needs a better ecosystem around it? Like the media needs to be more involved. How do you see it shaping out?
Like first, we need to get to the reach of like level of MLS first. So like a lot of money to be put in, and the youth needs to like see MLS like 7-8 years there was nothing 7-8 years ago, and now like 8-9-10 players are playing in the Champions League.
Exactly. GD, what do you think? What do you think is going to be? How do you think Indian football will be salvaged?
Apart from what Tivu said, I think one of the things that we need is another or a couple of other rivalries apart from the derby, the Boro derby that we have. We need a few more rivalries, something like the El Clasico or even the Boro derby level. We need a few other rivalries, so that way I think a lot more fans would be involved into the rivalries or the derbies that we have. That is what we need.
Hello and welcome to Indian football's most famous match, the great historic rivalry, the greatest rivalry in Asia. It's a match in which you can go from zero to hero or from hero to zero in a small time. These numerous fans of all generations and time immemorial who have come here. 30 minutes from now, one part of Bengal will be celebrating, the other part deep in gloom. The yellow of East Bengal will be the real power club the fans of East Bengal be celebrating, or will it be the Mariners of Mohun Bagan?